Hey, what's up,
Hi.
guys? Welcome to a new reaction video on our channel. Today is going to be the first time we react to a finance related
Mm-hmm.
video on our channel. So, the title of the video we are reacting to is called 50 Harsh Money Truths
Truth.
I Wish I Knew in My 20s.
So we are both in our 30s.
Now, that is,
So
yeah, we are already late.
we are too late for those
But this
advice, but
video
let's
was
see.
like uploaded only like 2 years ago, 2 years ago, maybe?
We were already
No,
in our
actually 1 year
30s.
ago, or maybe like a
Okay.
few months ago.
Yeah.
So we could not have
Yeah.
watched it in our 20s
Sadly. But
at
let's
all.
see if we did it.
Yeah. So he's an Indian American guy. I've seen his
Mm-hmm.
Netflix documentary
Okay.
or a Netflix series. And although the title of the series itself was a bit tricky, it's like I'll make you rich or something like that, how to become rich or something like that. But his like the things that he suggests,
Mm-hmm.
recommends, they're very professional.
Okay.
So that's what I like about all the like I mentioned, although the title itself
I guess
was
it's a
tricky.
bit of a catchy
A
title,
lot of
but
a lot of people, what they do is, like, I'll make you rich, and then you watch the video and then they're like, buy this particular cryptocurrency and you will be rich in like
this is dangerous. Don't
1
do
year or
that.
something. That's not, like, he's very professional, as I mentioned. So I'm
Okay.
really excited to watch
Yeah,
this video.
okay.
Let's go take a look what
Okay,
he
let's
has to
see if
say.
we've done it in our 20s.
I'm 42 years old and I teach people how to live a rich life. And let me be honest, sometimes you need someone to give you a gentle kick in the ass and give it to you straight, no matter
That sounds
how
brutal.
hard it is to hear. So here are 50 money truths I wish I knew
That is
at
a
20,
lot.
30, and even some things I have to remind myself about in my 40s, starting
Okay,
with
so it's for
Okay,
us
so
as
we-
well,
you
30s.
don't have all the time in the world.
Fair enough.
The longer you wait, the harder it gets. So put in the work early. If you get your
I agree
20s
to this
right,
one.
the rest of your life gets so much easier. Number
Of
two, there
course.
are no shortcuts to building true wealth. Building wealth takes time, patience, and discipline.
Yeah,
Number three,
definitely agree.
beating people over the head with more information and more numbers will not get them to change. They have to
Really?
be willing and open to change.
I mean, yeah.
And you have to connect with them. Number four, have more
Okay.
fun. A rich life is lived outside the spreadsheet. Money lets you have more experiences, lets you be more adventurous, more spontaneous, more generous. Money is fun. Number five, there's a time and a place you can only do certain things. In your 20s, maybe that's backpacking across Europe. You're not going to want to do that in your 50s.
Fair enough.
Make sure
Though
you
some do,
time
I wouldn't
your
mind though.
experiences.
You're
Number
not
six,
50.
I haven't
Let's
done
see.
it in my
Nothing's
20s,
perfect.
so
Perfection isn't possible, and striving for perfection alone often holds you back from starting.
True, that's true.
Learn, know that you're not going to be perfect, and you'll improve along the way. Number seven, think about who you want to be and start spending money on it now, even a little bit. For example, I wanted to be
That's a
fit,
cool
so
suggestion.
maybe I should spend money on a gym membership. Maybe I should hire a trainer once a month. Later, I can add on more. Number eight, have a big cash reserve so when opportunities present themselves.
I mean, it's
you can take
always
advantage.
good to have
For
cash
example,
reserves anyway.
2000
I want to talk about this. Apparently, a lot of people. So we are in 2025. It's January, just so that people watching this video, they know the time. And recently, a lot of finance influencers. I don't know if it's true, but a lot of finance influencers are saying that Warren Buffett, who's like the biggest guy in investment industry, the role model for millions and millions of people who want to become big in investment, they are talking about him increasing his cash reserve.
Oh.
So usually when he does that, people think that there would be a crash somewhere.
I mean, it is
in
kind
the
of
near
like
future.
we're already kind of in an economical crisis, right? Economic crisis.
Yeah. So what he's trying to do is he's waiting for a crash, and then when there is a crash, everything will be a lot cheaper. So you buy at a lower price, and then the prices go up. So you're making, that's the opportunity. But he's not really talking about,
He's not talking about this.
he's not talking about like having a market crash so that it presents an opportunity and then you take advantage.
I guess it's more
It's
like
just-
if ever like you
Yeah.
want a house and you haven't saved up for it because at the moment you're thinking let's just spend everything and have fun. Maybe in 10 years you'll be glad that you did save up money on the side and then you can
Although
spend it.
usually I don't know, as far as I know, people recommend, or like it depends on like how you want to to manage your portfolio, however you want to like design your portfolio. But usually if you want to like have good amount of returns and be invested in the market, they usually tell you not to have like too much of cash reserve, because he's using the word big here.
Yeah.
That's why
I mean, I guess
that.
there's big and big. He doesn't mean like don't keep $100. That's not big, but don't keep $1 million on the side without making like investment with it. That'd be wasting it as well.
Yeah.
I think there's a good in between.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I mean, he has 50 recommendations in this short video, so it's just an easy way of representing things. But I just wanted to make this point.
2009 housing crash, 2020 drop in
the
stock
no, he's
market.
talking about crash.
This, of course, assumes that you were already investing. I do not want to be timing the market for my primary investments. Number 9, create a tripod of stability. For me, the 3 most important things: healthy relationship, healthy workplace, healthy housing environment. This allows me to take on more risk in other areas, like building a business. Number 10,
absolutely.
Talk about money early in your relationship. Personally, I messed this up. 11,
really?
The more you make,
it's really
the
important.
more
really?
generous you can be.
I'm surprised.
Number 12,
for him.
Get used to waste. It's okay to waste
I struggle with that.
And as you grow,
I really
as
struggle
you
with
spend
that.
more, you're going to waste more. That's okay. Of course, you should try to reduce waste. But eliminating waste is not the point of your life. For example, me not returning a $10 Amazon gadget and losing $10, that's okay. I can just donate it to
I need to work on that. I'm really, this is not my
everyone else is doing. Whether it's buying a house, getting married, having kids, traveling to the same place, buying the same car, you choose your rich life.
Tesla? Wow.
Number 14, try
Should have
on the
shown
clothes
Ferrari
you
or
love
something.
before you look at the price.
Oh,
Number
that,
15.
I like that.
No,
Wait.
That's weird. I mean, like, is it really one of the harsh money truths?
I don't know, but I like his
That's weird.
spirit. Let's go shopping, I guess.
Who's paying?
Well, you.
Number 16, expose yourself to different people, different ways of living, and different ways
It's
of
true.
using
Even
money.
non-money
For
related,
example,
it's
I
always
went to
interesting.
Microsoft for an interview when I was in college, and they told me I could expense anything. That was the first time I ever ordered room service, and I realized how magical it was to me. Same for my scholarship, which trusted us by default and let me spend money in a different way. Number 17, be careful who you take advice from. There was somebody who once told me that the way I should manage my career is to go get a job at Procter & Gamble so I can retire 40 years later with $1 million in the bank. I was like, what? That's it? Also, people who
That used to work like that.
Done wrong but haven't accomplished anything in their lives. That's a whole nother story. By the way, if you
Look, I mean, I wanted to make another point here. A lot of the people that follow, I do feel that the whole world is becoming more and more disconnected. So people are relying on advice from these so-called influencers, and even for financial advice, they're relying on all these finance influencers on YouTube and various different things. So really make sure that you are following the right people for these financial advice. And I would actually suggest that you pay somebody who's a professional, who has the certificates and who has the clearance and everything to be a financial advisor, to get your financial advice. This is extremely important. This I think is, I don't even know what the next 20 or like next 30 advice are going to be, but this I think is the most important.
Yeah,
without even knowing what's the.
I think
the
on
rest of
YouTube it has been a recurrent problem recently with all those like money gurus who tell you what to do, or like again, like you mentioned, buying those cryptocurrency things.
So many people.
And that's not a good
I get
idea.
at least one advertisement or one email, like either in the form of an email or some other kind of form. I get it, and they are like recommending some of the other. Yeah. But anyway, this is the most important advice in my opinion. So far.
Hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss any of my new videos.
That's one of the advice.
You might as well acknowledge reality. When I was in my 20s, I knew one day I was going to have a wedding and it was going to be big. I'm Indian. I want it to be huge. I want to bring everyone together. So I started saving for my wedding before.
Wow,
I
that
even
is
met my
planning.
wife. Number 19, monitor your language.
That's most
I used
Indian
to call
people.
myself just a skinny Indian guy. Or when I took a trip, I would say, this is a once in a lifetime trip. No, it's not. If I want to do it again, I can. Number 20,
I
don't
love
let
that
the tail wag the
mindset.
dog. I don't move somewhere so I can save on taxes. I choose, and then taxes are a secondary part of the decision. In fact, they're the last part of the decision. Number 21,
Not
certain
necessarily.
things are worth paying
Not necessarily.
a lot more for.
Yeah,
Great
fair enough.
talent, great clothes, great experiences.
True.
You choose what's worth it, but be clear about it.
But
Number
actually,
22, some things are
no,
not
I
worth
think,
paying.
I mean, it's a good point that he's saying taxes should come at the very end. It should be the last priority. But I don't think it's the best advice, in my opinion, because you need to make sure you are considering tax cost as well. Don't look at taxes as, rather, I should put it in a different way. Rather, what I want to say is think of taxes as a cost. So you also like make sure how much your tax costs are going to be, so that like when you look at the PL before making an investment, or your pro forma model or whatever, cash model or cash flow model, anything, you will take taxes into consideration as costs, and so that you can look at the final cash inflow. So just look at it as cost. Maybe that's what he wanted to say.
Yeah, I think the idea you wanted is like, don't move to Switzerland just because taxes are low. Don't move to Dubai just because taxes are low. Like, I think you need to have more reasons than just taxes. But yeah,
don't make it first. If he had said don't make it first priority, then I would have agreed.
I think that's
to him.
what he kind of meant.
Yeah.
But yeah.
But I think he put it in a different way. He's saying, taxes should be the last priority, which is not really true.
You should consider it as well.
Yeah.
A lot for 1% AUM fees from financial advisors. No thank you. Number 23, if you save money on
Very good
unnecessary
point. Well, actually,
expenses.
I wanted to talk about this. So this is a really good advice. A lot of the people, they end up in these mutual funds, whatnot, and they pay these hefty management fees. Your sister was going to do that as well. And I advised her to go against it, and maybe because in some ways, if you are doing basic investing, it's not that difficult in my opinion. So if you are paying someone like a fund manager, mutual fund manager, 1% AUM fee on 1% of AUM fees, it's a huge amount. It might happen that you may not make any returns. You might make minuscule returns at the end of the day. So you need to be really careful about the fees. This is really important. How much fees you pay.
Whether it be home ownership because you don't choose it, financial advisor fees because you manage yourself, etc. Try to invest most of the difference. That is a quick way to build a lot of wealth. Number 24, it's not normal to carry credit card debt. Just because so many people...
This is American.
This is
American. We don't have
Speaking
that.
of things that are not normal, you know what else is not normal? Anybody being able to Google you and find your home address, age, your family members' names, property values, court records, and more. We cringe at the thought of all this information being out there. Yet
That is not
you
a financial
Google
advice.
yourself
It's selling something
tons of your
here.
personal information in the search
That's his
results.
sponsor.
Let him
I did
do
this years
the
ago.
selling.
I was horrified, so I hired a company called Delete Me. This video is sponsored
That's
to
funny,
take
eh?
care of it for me. Delete Me is a subscription service that will remove your personal information that's being sold online by
I think
famous
especially for
brokers.
him,
Here's how it
because he's
works.
famous.
You sign up, you submit your information for removal. Delete Me experts search for and start removing your personal information. And within 7 days, you will receive a detailed Delete Me report with what they've found so far.
It's almost
Look at
scary,
this.
actually.
It even shows you what data each broker has of you, like your name,
Wow.
addresses,
Brokers.
relatives'
Wow,
name,
okay.
court records, and on and on. Then Delete
It's only
Me
the brokers,
continues
though.
to scan and remove your personal information regularly all year long. This is a service I personally use, and I love it. So if you want to get
I
your
might
personal
consider
information
using this in
removed
the
from
future.
search results on the web, Go to joindeleteme.com/Ramit for 20% off a plan for you or your entire family, or just click the link in the description below. Now, let's get to the next harsh money truth. 25, when I was
Ready.
younger, I would have done stuff at the level I could afford. For example, backpacking in Europe, staying in cheap hostels, I loved it. Now that I'm older, I have a vision of exactly how I want to do it. And if I can't yet do it that way, I would rather wait. 26, decide where you want an unlimited budget. For me, it was books. I knew that I wanted to give myself the gift of being able to buy any book.
Yeah, I am a bit like that as well.
I mean, books are not expensive.
No, but still, like,
27?
it depends how
It's
many
not
you
like buying
buy.
a
Be a
bag
better
or
financial
watch.
decision than buying. You got to run the numbers. 28. Talking about money with your partner is not weird. Having an agenda is
Who thinks
not
it's weird?
If you are married, you are running a business.
Yeah.
The business.
That's actually
of
scary
running a
not to share.
household together. And talking about
That's
money
true.
can bring you closer together.
We talk about money all the time.
All the time.
29, don't be misled by what you see on the surface. You might see someone spending a lot of money. Maybe they have secret family money. Maybe they're in debt. Maybe they
Oh,
can
I
actually afford
have
it 'cause they make
experienced
way
that in
more
my
than you
personal
know.
life more
Most
than
people
I
will
want to,
rarely
like,
admit it. Don't worry
to
about
admit.
it. Focus on yourself. Run your own race. Number 30. Just because people say they made money on their house doesn't mean they actually did. Look, 50% of people don't even know their own household income. Most people, when it comes to their housing, do not understand phantom costs like fees, opportunity costs, inflation, etc. Number 31. Don't talk about generational wealth when you are in massive debt. Pay the debt off first. Number 32. The second best
This is
time
really
to start
American, the debt
investing
thing.
Yeah.
is today. So what if you didn't start when you were 17 years old? I wish I started deadlifting when I was
okay.
17, but I didn't. You can still start today and move
Yeah.
closer to your rich.
True.
I mean, this is true. This is probably
think
one of
it's
the best advice.
A
in
lot
the
of
whole video.
millennials must feel
Yeah.
like that. We are millennials, and I feel like a lot of us now are faced with like expensive house market, and you cannot help but think, oh no, I should have invested earlier. But maybe you were not ready. Like I
Yeah.
wasn't.
Yeah, me
So-
too. Yeah, so like he's saying, the second best time. By second, he's obviously saying second because the first time would be the time you're regretting
earliest.
off.
Yeah.
So that's why he's saying now is the second best time. And yeah, but this is a good advice. But what I would also say is just don't like invest a huge amount of money at once. Like never do that. Just start small, I guess. And in that sense, now would be the second best time to invest.
Yeah.
If you're investing a huge amount of money, I think it's really good to wait for the right time. I don't know when the right time is, depending on your like investment experience, the risk you want to take, etc., etc. So if you're investing a huge amount of money, maybe good to wait until there is a point of time which is the best to make that investment.
Yeah, you need to be comfortable to make that investment. Like if you still have a lot of debt, maybe that's not the best.
But if you're starting out small, I don't know, let's say you're investing $200 or like $500, $1,000 even, now is the second best time to get started.
Life. Number 33. Celebrate the journey or you will always feel behind. Number 34. Do not be a doomer. If
What's
you
a doomer?
surround yourself
What's a
with
doomer?
doom and gloom, you will really start to believe it.
What's
Number
that?
35, beware of fake metrics. Remember a few years ago when everyone was bragging about how many books a year they
What's a doomer?
I feel like it's just like you said, doom and like
Gloom?
yeah, it's like someone who's always kind of like negative, I guess.
Okay. Don't be a doomer. Okay.
I guess.
or how many employees they have. Avoid fake metrics. Focus on the things that matter. Number 36, 9-to-5 jobs are not for losers, no matter how many entrepreneurs
you.
on TikTok tell you so. Number 37, it's okay to talk about where you're struggling.
It's true. It's true. A lot of people, they talk about this, and
Yeah, they
all of
look
these
down.
like finance, the finance influencers that I don't like, they talk about this.
It's always
They're
like quit your 9 to 5.
9 to 5 job and become like, or if you invest in this cryptocurrency,
Yeah.
then you don't need to have your 5 to 9 job.
They always
As
look
if-
down on people like if it's a shame
9
to
to
have a
5
9
job,
to
right?
5. I think that's really respectable. Just so you can invest on the side.
Yeah. I mean, the job is not the only thing in your life.
No.
And if you don't have a big career ambition, and then you're just happy to have, like just a 9 to 5 job, I think you should just go for it. There's no need to compare with other people, and just make sure you know the income that you make with 9 to 5 job, and then live accordingly.
No, but again, like he's saying, on the side you can invest as well and create that wealth that you're looking for.
Yeah, but maybe not so easily done with a 9 to 5 job. But yeah, I think you need to like adjust your spendings as well once you have 9 to 5 job. But some people, like in 9 to 5 jobs, they make really good money.
For sure, depends what's your job, right?
Yeah.
I used to avoid it. Personally, it's still hard for me to talk about this, but people really connect to you when you share not just what's going well, but also
showing weakness.
Number 38, what got you here won't get you there. I love the title of this book by Marshall Goldsmith. What it means is people, especially smart people, have certain skills that get them to a level, but in order to get to the next level, you often have to develop new skills. For example, being a good listener and being much more emotionally sensitive is probably the most important thing I've done in the last 20 years. Number 39, give yourself the gift of at least one moment of true
soft skills
every year. Yes. Number 40, don't just think of I and me. We are social creatures. How can you use your money to affect and help the people around you? Number 41, don't buy something just because you think you deserve it. If you can't afford it, which means you know your numbers, don't buy it. Number 42, become an expert in leisure. I consider myself one of the world's best at leisure. I want you to be the same. Take time, enjoy yourself. Do not be the typical American who overworks themselves, moves to Florida, gets
We're not
cancer,
Americans.
then dies. 43, reframe your negative thoughts into something positive. I'm not just a skinny Indian guy. I just
like the
haven't learned the skill of training and fitness.
Weird.
I'm not lazy. I'm resting and recuperating so that when
I feel like that's what people say on social media. Just turn everything in positive.
Some people will willingly get scammed because they do not want to do the hard work. They're looking for
fair
get
enough.
rich quick schemes no matter how many times you tell them it's a scam.
If it's too easy,
Number
then
45,
it's not
double
true.
it or triple it. Whatever you think you'll spend on a big expense, a vacation, a wedding, eating out, double it or triple it. That's probably closer to what you will actually spend.
Oh, I see what he means.
Factor in all the related expenses.
True.
Number 46, learn the phrase, no. It's okay to say no. The people around you will be okay if you say no. You can adapt it and soften it by saying something like, sorry, I can't take that trip. I'm focusing on building my savings right now. Number 47, take a second and appreciate people when they put in effort. For example, when I visited people's houses on my Netflix show, they were probably wearing the best clothes they own. Their house was probably
I
the
recognize
coolest
all
they've
those
ever been.
people.
It looked
Oh, you
amazing.
watched
I
all of
always took a
those?
second and
Some of them
appreciated
were
them
like
and their
really
family.
horrible
That's
with
what people
finances.
remember.
This guy was
48,
a
you
brilliant
can't pay it
guy.
off the next month.
I think he was
Don't put it
from
on your credit card.
Latin
Make a
America
savings plan for
originally.
it, and then once you do it, celebrate. Number 49, your loved ones remember who steps up when they need help. I think about book tour and who came to my events. I think about when my wife and I launched a fundraiser and who donated, even $20. Those things stick with us. We remember. And number 50, nobody cares. You know how I helped my friend get a 75% raise? I told her that when she went into the negotiating room, she was talking about how much work she did, how hard she works. I said, nobody cares. Your boss couldn't care less. All they care about is, are you making their lives easier and are you making them money? She reframed how she presented herself, and she remembered one of the key lessons of life: nobody cares. So show them in a way that makes them care. And that is the list of 50 harsh money truths I wish I knew when I was 20. Which one of those surprised you the most? Leave a comment below. And if you are truly interested in living a rich life and you want to avoid losing millions of dollars, check out this video where I share the most common money mistakes people make so you don't make them too.
I feel like what surprised me the most out of that video is how it's like he's almost pushing us to be more, like, spend more freely and not worry as much as, like, especially if you want to be rich or you want to save money or you're in a tight spot, you might be more like, okay, I can't spend. And he seems a bit more like free on that idea, like, okay, spend like on at your levels, of course, but like
just be mindful of how much you're spending,
but don't block yourself too much.
Actually spend it. Just don't block yourself from just doing anything. Sometimes it happens that you don't have a big salary, maybe you come from a family where like your family are into like saving and not spending too much. You kind of block yourself from experiencing.
Yeah, maybe.
I come from like India, and in India a lot of families they are a lot into saving. They don't focus on earning so much, they are more into saving. So like in order to save, what they do is they block themselves from experiencing. Like they don't want to go on travel. They think, oh yeah,
you live a really simple life.
You live a really simple life. There's nothing wrong in living a simple life, but just don't block yourself from experiencing new things, like experiencing things which might cost a bit of money, like.
Yeah.
And I used to live like that for a really long time. All my life in India, I lived like that. And when I moved to America for my university, so I did end up, even before going to America, I decided, okay, I'll go to America. I'll just enjoy, and experience whatever I can, because I wanted to like move back to India and then settle down there. So my time in America was just, like have fun so that I can just settle down in India after that.
Yeah.
But that was the first time I tried to like spend money and experience things, and it really opened up my way of perceiving the world and perceiving money as well. So it really changed my life completely. So don't block yourself from like,
to some extent, of course. Like,
but you need to, like I mentioned, like be mindful of whether or not you can spend it. Like your idea, the first imperative criteria should not be, okay, I need to save money. This is not the approach. Think about whether or not you can actually spend.
Yeah, I guess everything is about balance.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, that was a really interesting video. Definitely really mostly targeting Americans, I can tell, with the loan and credit card loans.
Some of them were
We don't
American
have
specific.
those issues.
True.
I feel in most foreign countries outside of America.
And I also highly recommend watching his Netflix video as well.
Okay.
Because although he, like most of the people who appear on the show, they're really bad with their finances.
Which I'm guessing that's why
really
in the show.
bad with the finances.
Yeah.
And except for one of the guys, he's from, I know he's from Latin America. I think you will see him in the show if you watch it. He was doing he had invested really well in real estate. He was doing really well. I liked this guy particularly, but except him, I don't really remember anyone else being financially astute. Like,
I guess they were good experimentation for the show.
For the show, yeah. Maybe they even got money for being on the show. So yeah. Well, anyway, this was a really good video. We spent almost 30 minutes.
It was really interesting. Yeah. Like, what did you think of that video? And also, like, if you have any other like money related things you want us to react, don't hesitate.
Yeah. I hope you enjoyed this video, this reaction. If you have any comments, please let us know in the comment section. And with that, I would like to say, have a good day and bye-bye.
Bye.